Another night, sitting alone in the kitchen. The kids are sleeping down the hall. The woman I love is right beside me, but we don't talk at all. Bills on the table, tension in the air. Every word becomes a fight. Sometimes I think about walking away. Then I look in my children's eyes. If I leave, I lose them too. The little hands that helped me through. The bedtime stories, the soccer games, the way they run when they call. Torn apart, but losing my children would break me through. If I leave, I lose them too. She says she's tired of feeling lonely, even when I'm sitting near. I know she's right, I know she's hurting. We've been drifting year by year. We can learn to love again. If I leave, I lose them too. Everything I ever knew, the reason I worked, the reason I tried could stop my whole world spinning. Back when forever felt easy, back when we were winning. Now your side of the bed feels colder, even when you're lying there. We're living in the same house, baby, but your heart ain't anywhere. We kept saying we'd talk tomorrow. Tomorrow came and went. Now we're counting all the damage instead of where the good times went. Is it too late to fix us now? Too late to turn this thing around? Too late to hold your hand again like we did back then? I still see the girl I married behind those tired eyes somehow. Tell me, baby, is it really too late to fix us now? We built a life from almost nothing, a little house and bigger dreams. Funny how the strongest foundations can crack right at the seams. Years of work and sleepless nights, trying to keep our world afloat. Somewhere between surviving life, we stopped keeping love alive. Is it too late to fix us now? Too late to turn this thing around? Too late to say the words we should have said before the silence settled in? I still hear your laughter sometimes, echoing through this empty town. Tell me, baby, is it really too late to fix us now? Gets buried deep under bills and responsibilities and promises we couldn't keep. Maybe we're still standing here because neither one let go. Maybe this ain't the ending. Maybe we just don't know. Just now, too late to turn this thing around. Too late to find the road back home before we're both gone. I still believe there's something left worth fighting for somehow. Tell me, baby, is it too late to fix us now? The lights are low, the night is long. I'm still here, holding on. stop my whole world spinning. Back when forever felt easy, back when we were winning. Now your side of the bed feels colder. Even when you're lying there, we're living in the same house, baby, but your heart ain't anywhere. We kept saying we'd talk tomorrow. Tomorrow came and went. Now we're counting all the damage instead of where the good times went. Is it too late to fix us now? Too late to turn this thing around? Too late to hold your hand again like we did back then? I still see the girl I married behind those tired eyes somehow. Tell me, baby, is it really too late to fix us now? We built a life from almost nothing, a little house and bigger dreams. Funny how the strongest foundations can crack right at the seams. Years of work and sleepless nights, trying to keep our world afloat. Somewhere between surviving life, we stopped keeping love alive. Oh, is it too late to fix us now? Too late to turn this thing around? Too late to say the words we should have said before the silence settled in? I still hear your laughter sometimes, echoing through this empty town. Tell me, baby, is it really too late to fix us now? Gets buried deep under bills and responsibilities and promises we couldn't keep. Maybe we're still standing here because neither one let go. Maybe this ain't the ending. Maybe we just don't know. Is it too late to fix us now? Too late to turn this thing around? Too late to find the road back home before we're both gone? I still believe there's something left worth fighting for somehow. Tell me, baby, is it too late to fix us now? The lights are low, The night is long, I'm still here, holding on. Wasn't looking for perfection. I wasn't asking for the moon. I just needed somebody beside me to help me make it through. The business was falling apart. The bills were stacking high. I thought we'd face it together. Instead, she said goodbye. Funny how you learn the truth when the storm clouds roll in. You discover who's really with you when you're fighting not to give in. She left when I needed her most, when I was sinking, not floating, when life was breaking my soul. She left when I needed her most. And that's the part that hurts the worst. Not that she left, but when she chose to go. Now the house feels different. Every room sounds strange. The silence speaks much louder than all our old complaints. I replay every moment, trying to understand how the woman who promised forever could let go of my hand. She left when I needed her most, when I was carrying the weight of a world about to explode. She left when I needed her most. And now every midnight reminds me of the ghost she became. Oh, maybe she was hurting too. Maybe I just couldn't see. reminds me to never lose myself again. The rain keeps falling, the night grows cold, but somehow this broken heart still beats on. You can break a window, you can break a door, but broken glass ain't nothing compared to words at war. I still hear that Friday night like it happened yesterday. Some things never leave a man, no matter how far away. 'Cause words leave scars long after the shouting ends. Words leave scars that never really meant. You can say you're sorry, you can swear you didn't mean it, but once those words hit a heart, you can never unspeak it. You called me a failure, I called you cold. Two people throwing matches, watching everything explode. Understand, 'cause every word we speak tonight will stay with someone in the end. Words leave scars long after the lights go out. Some become memories, some become chains, some become shadows that follow through the rain. The alarm goes off at 5 again. Another day, another grind. I've been chasing dollars for so long, I think I left myself behind. The bills don't stop, the rent won't wait. Responsibility never sleeps. Sometimes I wonder what I've gained from all the promises I keep. Working overtime, trying to save it all. Working overtime, watching everything fall. I gave my days, I gave my years, I gave my strength away, working overtime, just to survive another day. The kids got older while I worked. The seasons came and went. I kept telling myself someday wouldn't make it all make sense. They told us maybe wealth ain't what we own. Maybe the richest man alive is the one who gets to go home. Working overtime and still feeling behind. I still remember teaching them how to ride that old bicycle, running down the street behind them. till they learn to ride alone. Now they've got their own lives, their own dreams to chase, and this old house gets quieter with every passing day. The kids don't call anymore, not like they used to do. I know life gets busy, but sometimes I miss them too. The kids don't call anymore, though I understand somehow. A father's heart keeps waiting, no matter how old they are now. I see their pictures on the wall, frozen in another year. Back when the world was simple and everybody was still here. I still remember teaching them how to ride that old bicycle, running down the street behind them till they learned to ride alone. Now they've got their own lives, their own dreams to chase, and this old house gets quieter with every passing day. The kids don't call anymore, not like they used to do. I know life gets busy, but sometimes I miss them too. The kids don't call anymore, though I understand somehow. A father's heart keeps waiting, no matter how old they are now. I see their pictures on the wall. There were nights I packed a suitcase and stood beside the door, thinking maybe it was over, maybe I couldn't take it anymore. But then I'd hear the children sleeping down the hallway in the dark, and I'd put that suitcase down again, listening to my heart. I stayed for the family, when everything was falling apart. I stayed for the family, though it nearly broke my heart. Some call it weakness, some call it pride, but I stayed for the family, and that's how I survived. Maybe I should have left sooner, maybe I should have stayed longer. Life don't hand out easy answers, it only 6 o'clock, the table's ready, just like every night before. But the room feels different lately, since you don't walk through that door. I still set out too many plates, out of habit, I suppose. Funny how the heart keeps hoping for things the mind already knows. Another empty chair at dinner, another memory passing by, another conversation missing, another reason why I cry. The hardest part of losing someone is the little things you see. The television softly playing, but nobody's really there. Just me and all these old reminders, sitting in that empty chair. I never thought the quiet moments would hurt more than goodbye. 'Cause loneliness ain't always loud. Sometimes it whispers through the night. night grows long in that empty chair still holds on. I spent my whole life building something, brick by brick and year by year. Trying to leave behind a legacy for the ones I hold so dear. I work weekends, miss vacations, carry burdens on my back. Never thought I'd wake up one day and see the whole thing crash. Everything I built is falling apart right before my eyes. The dreams I spent a lifetime chasing are fading with the years gone by. Everything I built is falling apart, and I don't know where to start when the walls begin to crumble around a tired old heart. The business ain't what it used to be. The friends don't come around. The house feels bigger every season, quieter every town. I thought hard work was the answer. I thought sacrifice was enough. Nobody told me growing older could sometimes feel this rough. Maybe not everything is broken. Maybe I'm just scared to see that life keeps changing around me, and I can't stop what will be. Maybe the things that matter most were never made of stone. Maybe love and family were the only things I own. Everything I built is falling apart, but maybe that's not the end. Maybe tomorrow brings a reason to start believing again. The dust will settle, the storm will pass, and maybe what's worth keeping will always last. My father woke before the sunrise, worked until the daylight died. He put food upon the table, but kept his feelings deep inside. He never missed a mortgage payment, never missed a day of work. But there were things I needed from him that money could never purchase. My father never said he loved me, not a single time I recall. But every sacrifice he made was saying it after all. My father never said he loved me. Maybe that's just how men were then. But now that I'm older, I think I understand. We spoke about the weather, we spoke about the cars, but we never talked about emotions or the battles in our hearts. trying to tell my children. What he never said out loud. My father never said he loved me, but I know somehow he did. And every lesson he left behind still lives inside his kid. Every morning starts the same way. Water running down the sink. I look up at that old reflection and wonder what he'd really think. Gray around the edges now, lines where there used to be youth. Somewhere inside that older face still lives the boy who chased the truth. The man in the bathroom mirror looks a little more tired these days. He's carried dreams and disappointments down 1,000 different highways. The man in the bathroom mirror has seen things nobody knows, and somehow keeps moving forward. No matter how life goes, the years move faster than expected. The calendar never slowed. One day you're making plans forever, the next you're walking roads alone. disappears. The man in the bathroom mirror still has some fight inside, and that's enough for one more day. One more step, one more try. I thought providing was enough. I thought being there would do. I never noticed all the nights she needed someone to talk to. I was always somewhere working, always solving something else. Never realized she felt lonely, even sitting by herself. She found someone who listened, someone who heard her heart, someone who noticed the silence before it tore us apart. She found someone who listened, and maybe that's the hardest truth. Sometimes love doesn't leave. Sometimes it slowly leaves you. There wasn't one big moment, no single thing to blame, just 1,000 little absences that slowly changed her name. survive. Providing was enough. I thought being there would do. I never noticed all the nights she needed someone to talk to. I was always somewhere working, always solving something else. Never realized she felt lonely, even sitting by herself. She found someone who listened, someone who heard her heart, someone who noticed the silence before it tore us apart. She found someone who listened. Sometimes love doesn't leave, sometimes it slowly leaves you. I thought providing was enough. I thought being there would do. I never noticed all the nights she needed someone to talk to. Was always somewhere working, always solving something else. Never realized she felt lonely, even sitting by herself. She found someone who listened.
Never thought I'd be standing here at 50 years old alone. Thought by now I'd have all the answers. Thought I'd finally feel at home. I knew exactly where I'd go. Funny how life likes to change things. in ways we'll never know. 50 years and starting over, learning how to live again. 50 years and starting over, trying to heal what might not mend. I never thought I'd walk this road with so much left behind. But every sunrise keeps reminding me there's still life left to find. The friends got older, the kids moved on, the world kept turning, though some dreams were gone. Some days I feel defeated, some days I feel brand new. That's the strange thing about surviving. You learn what you can do. Starting over, still breathing, still alive. And maybe that's enough reason to keep trying tonight. The road is long, but so am I. last words have been spoken. The last tears have been cried. The moving truck has left the driveway and taken part of my life. No more arguments at midnight. No more slamming doors. Just a quiet kind of loneliness. I never knew before. This is the silence after goodbye. Not the fight, not the tears, but the emptiness left behind. This is the silence after goodbye, where memories speak all night, and every room tells stories of another life. Photographs are still hanging. The shadows still remain. Funny how a person leaves, but their presence stays. I walk these halls alone now, trying to understand something that once felt forever could slip right through my hands. In this quiet place, maybe peace arrives slowly after heartbreak fades. This is the silence after goodbye, and though it hurts today, I know someday I'll hear this silence without feeling the pain. The night is still, the house is calm, and somehow life goes on. Everybody says keep moving, Everybody says stay tough, but nobody ever tells you some days surviving is enough. I put on a brave face daily, smile when people ask how I've been. But some battles happen quietly, deep underneath the skin. I'm trying to be strong, one day at a time. Trying to keep walking when life gets hard to climb. Trying to be strong, though some nights feel too long. I may not have all the answers, but I keep moving on. The world keeps spinning around me while I'm still finding my way. Learning how to carry yesterday without letting it ruin today. Strength ain't never been perfection. It's getting up once more after life knocks you down and leaves you on the floor. I'm trying to be strong, and maybe that's enough tonight.
told early to keep their feelings inside, to stand up, shake it off, and swallow every tear with pride. Years go by and habits stay, even when the hurt gets deep. Some wounds never heal right. When a man never learns to weep, nobody sees a man cry. Nobody hears the pain. They only see the strong face, walking through the rain. Nobody sees a man cry till he's breaking down inside. Sometimes the strongest people are the ones who hurt and hide. I carried every burden, like it was mine alone. Never asking for help, never letting it be Maybe there's no shame in weakness. Maybe there's courage in truth. Maybe healing starts the moment you stop hiding from you. Nobody sees a man cry, but tonight I'm letting go. If I could go back for one evening to a moment long ago, I'd sit down and listen closer instead of always saying no. Life moves fast and leaves reminders of the things we should have done, and wisdom always seems to arrive after the damage is done. One last chance to make it right. One more chance before goodbye. One more chance to hold on tight before another dream passes by. That's all I'm asking for tonight. Maybe we don't get forever. Maybe we don't get another try. That's why every moment matters before it becomes a memory in time. Before the night is gone. for one evening to a moment long ago. I'd sit down and listen closer instead of always saying no. Life moves fast and leaves reminders of the things we should have done. And wisdom always seems to arrive after the damage is done. One last chance to make it right. One more chance before goodbye. One more chance to hold on tight before another dream passes by. That's all I'm asking for tonight. Maybe we don't get forever, to a moment long ago. Let's sit down and listen closer instead of always saying no. Life moves fast and leaves reminders. I don't need to take that road anymore. There's nothing waiting there for me. But every now and then, on a Sunday afternoon, I find myself driving down that street. The oak tree still standing, the mailbox got replaced. The paint is a different color now, but I still see your face. I still drive by our old street, though I know you're long gone. I still drive by our old street, like I'm searching for something I lost. Every corner holds a memory, every window tells a story. I still drive by our old street, even though it don't belong to me. That's where we brought the baby home. That's where we watched him grow. That's where we planned forever. Funny how forever goes. The neighbors probably wonder why I slow down every time, but some roads stay connected to a chapter of your life. Teaches us how the light turns green. I drive away and leave yesterday in yesterday. The night is quiet, the house is still. I've made peace with some things and some things I never will. I've lost people I loved, I've watched dreams fade away, but somehow I made it here to another day. Maybe tomorrow will hurt less. Maybe the weight won't feel so heavy. Maybe the memories won't hit so hard. finds a way to survive. I stopped asking why a long time ago. Life rarely gives explanations for the things we need to know. Now I just keep walking, one step at a time, trusting that the road ahead will eventually be kind. There's beauty in surviving, there's strength in staying here, there's hope inside tomorrow, even after all these years. Maybe tomorrow will hurt less. Maybe the sun shine again. Maybe what feels impossible tonight will make sense in the end. Maybe tomorrow will hurt less, and if it doesn't, because I made it through today, and that's enough today. The stars are shining, the night's almost gone, and somewhere beyond the darkness, a new day is coming on. I remember being 22, laughing at the older guys, saying I'd never work all day and come home too tired to smile. I swore I'd always make the time for the people that I love, but somewhere between the bills and years, life got a little rough. I became the man I said I'd never chasing what I couldn't keep. I became the man I used to judge. Now I understand the weight he carried and the battles no one ever sees. My son grew taller while I worked late. My hair turned gray somehow. The dreams I had when I was young feel different to me now. I wasn't trying to disappear, I was trying to provide. But sometimes doing all the right things leaves something behind. I became the man I said I'd never be. A little broken, a little tired, still standing on my own 2 feet. I became the man I used to judge. Now I know that strength ain't shouting. Sometimes it's surviving quietly. Truth these days, more than I would like. But every scar and every wrinkle tells the story of my life. I became the man I said I'd never be. But maybe that's not such a bad thing, because the man I am today still gets up every morning, still loves his family, still tries his best.